Hi, this is Yan Birch, more known as the Stairmaster from People Under the Stairs, and this is the 13th Wolfman.
Hey everyone, I'm the 13th Wolfman. You know who I have with me, man? I have Yan Birch. You know him from People Under the Stairs. You know him from Slumber Party Massacre III and the soon-to-be-released Death House. Welcome to Sit Down, Yan.
Thank you. Thank you for so much for having me.
Yeah, this is a good one for me because I, as the guys over on the Dorkening know, I've been a horror fan forever, and I've seen literally thousands of movies, and most of the classics I've been able to see in the theater when they came out. I saw People Under the Stairs when it came out in the theater, so this is a movie that's touched me, and I always dug the Stairmaster. So can you talk a little bit about what it was like to film People Under the Stairs?
Yeah, of course. It was actually one of the best experiences I've ever had in my whole career. With starting from getting the job and meeting Wes on the call and on the call back, and he's such a sweet man. He was right away. We hit it off. Coming to set the first day and sitting in 6 hours of makeup and wanting to come back every day. I was dying to come back and do it. And even if I had 6 hour makeup, 8 hours shooting, and then I had 2 hours to rip the thing off my face, which burned like hell, I was ready the next morning again. It was a lot of friends from that movie. Did a lot of great things for my career, and as I said, I became a cult classic, which didn't hurt, and I worked with one of the best directors I've ever worked with. So very, very thankful and pleased.
Yeah, I was reading a little bit up on you, and after you graduated from college, you did something very interesting. You basically lived your life out of a suitcase in a way, because you just, from what I read, you lived in as many countries as you could before you landed in Hollywood.
Yes, yeah. I always wanted to do travel around the world, like do my 360. So I jumped on a plane, and I only bought one-way tickets everywhere I went. In some countries, they weren't happy about it, because they held me in customs in quite a few places, because I didn't have, I had no way to leave the islands. But most of the time it was good. Sometimes I had to buy a ticket just for show, and then I tossed it if I didn't want to go to that place afterwards. Did the whole Caribbean, and then when I came to the States, I bought a Ford LTD station wagon, like 1971 or 70, like the big one that has like a king-size bed in the back. So I bought it from a few Australians that came to LA and drove to Florida. And then I bought it from them and drove from Florida to LA, and then I sold it to some New Zealanders. So it was one of those cars. But I drove over about probably 35 states and landed in LA, and then I continued. Actually, I met some people here for my career. I put some foundation down, set up some meetings, but then I continued my travels because I still wanted to do the loop, and came home to my parents after quite a long time, and to their dismay, or to my mom's dismay more than my father, I stayed 3 weeks, and then I moved to Hollywood.
Oh, you broke your mother's heart.
Yeah, in a little bit, but she was very, very proud and pleased. So,
Oh, she has your sisters to mend it, but still, yes. There's no mother's love unlike a son's, so.
That is true. Yeah, no, definitely.
Now, you're somewhat of an entrepreneur. You're not just an actor. You also have a couple of little businesses. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I have a like a distribution company for rock and roll merchandising. Like when you go see a show at the Staples Center or anywhere in the country, and you go, the T-shirts you buy, I probably ship them out, or my company did. I also have a production company called Pure Entertainment, where we do TV and film. We produce our own things, TV, film, and commercials, and and working on some other environmental things with another company. So I'm trying to stay busy and spread my wings a little bit.
That's great. I mean, it's nice to know that you're not just, you're a great actor, but it's nice to know that you're trying to fall back on some other stuff too. And, like you said, spread your wings.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, Hollywood is Hollywood, or LA, or the business, in itself. Uh, you never know where you end up, and you could spend 7 years in it and be very happy about it, but you don't know exactly where it's going to end up. So it's always good to be protected.
Now you have a couple of movies coming. Well, you got Death House.
Yes.
Which, dude, we've been all over this movie on the Dorkening and how much we love it and how much we're just waiting for it to come out. I
had a fantastic experience on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your role in Death House?
Death House, I play one of the doctors that experiments on patients, on the prisoners, basically. It's a lot of testing going on, and it's one of those movies where all the bad guys are not prisoners. It's a lot of other things going on that I'm involved in.
Yeah, it sounds sounds kind of freaky.
Yeah, no, we had a great time.
Now, I mean, I know that the list of horror icons that are involved in this movie is long, but who'd you get to work with that you haven't got to work with before?
Actually, even if we are friends for a long time, I never actually worked with Felissa Rose. So I got to work with her and Barbara Crampton and Stelio Savante. I never worked with. And actually, Richard Spade Jr. from Supernatural. Yeah, I've never worked with any of those guys, actually, even if I kind of knew most of them from before. But
yeah, Barbara Crampton and Felissa, they all seem like they'd be real fun to work with.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Tiffany Sheepis. I worked with her as well. I never worked with her before. We had a blast. We had a good time.
I have a mad crush on Tiffany Sheppis. I know she's married, but I've been watching her stuff forever, and she's always been so cute to me. So
she's a sweet girl. She's a very, very nice person. So yeah, we had fun, and then the chef of the kitchen comes on board, and it gives us a lot of creative freedom. Harrison Smith was everything you want. You would like him to be as an actor, being the captain of the ship. Leading the ways, but still give you a chance to spread your wings a little bit. Great guy.
Yeah, I've had Harrison on a few times. He's a blast to talk to. Him and me, we both have that same love for all horror. So it's like talking to my own brother or something like that. Because of all the knowledge that we share with one another.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's interesting to talk to about the horror genre or films in general, really. Cinema as itself, how it used to be and how it is now, and what it should be.
Yeah. Now, you talked about this on the Dorkening, but Skysharks sounds like my kind of movie, man.
It was a very fun movie to shoot. It's all full-blown German crew, shot it in Germany, and it's Walking Dead meets Sharknado, and done in a very professional way. They didn't cheap out on any on the effects or the equipment, or they're taking it slow. They took a long time to make this movie, and they're doing it right. And they wrote a script in a brilliant way of having tons of different characters, but they're able to shoot most of us on green screen, so we never have to be in town at the same time.
So I'm kind of curious. You've done movies in America, and you've done movies abroad over in Europe. What's the difference in making films between the two locales? I mean, there's got to be a big difference between the kinds of crews.
Yeah, I mean, in Northern Europe, the unions are much heavier on the times. You don't. The days are much shorter. You don't shoot that long hours because you have to pay quite a lot of money, more than over here. Here they shoot longer hours here for sure. Over there, it's more like in general, people take 4 to 6 weeks vacation over there. I don't think I've ever met somebody over here that takes that kind of vacation.
No.
Everything is done in a little different way, but it still gets done, and it's just a different approach.
I hear Iceland doesn't even have unions.
Iceland?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they have, not to the same level as here. No, definitely not on the actor side. But I'm actually looks like I'm going to Iceland next summer to shoot a movie. So
Oh yeah?
we'll see. It's called Keflavik, and it's about an American army base that was done experiments and possibly aliens, and it's a possible true story. The whole army base now is isolated, deserted, and in the movie, 10 scientists from all around the world comes over there and open it up and starts experimenting again and having all kinds of weird experiences.
Ooh, another very. Now that's the kind of movie I think Leo would like to watch. He's a sci-fi fan, so I'm a sci-fi fan, but I would definitely dig watching that one too. Iceland is one of those countries. It's like Iceland, Norway, and Sweden are like the three countries I've always wanted to visit. Just because I don't know, they've always just attracted me. So
it's wonderful countries. In the summertime, you would have a blast. The sun stays up to like 2-3 a.m. and then comes back up at 5. And you have beach parties. You never go home.
That's it. It stays up till 2 a.m. and comes back up at 5 a.m.
4 or 5 a.m. Depending on where in the Nordic Europe you are, the higher up you are, the less darkness you get. But just put it this way: when the first time my wife came with me to Sweden, stayed at my mom's house. It was in the middle of the summer, and my mom's neighbors across the street, loves the sun like a lot of Swedish people do. As soon as the sun comes out, because it's only 3 months a year, they're outside sunbathing. No matter what day or time it is. So that the couple across the street was one of those, a little bit to the extreme, I must say.
Yeah, I hear that in some of those countries, it's going natural is natural.
Yeah, so we were standing there in my wife's, my mom's house, looking across the street, and they're outside, and my wife says, "What time is it? I want to call my parents." And I'm like, "It's midnight," and she's like, "What? But they're outside sunbathing." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's midnight."
That's insane. I don't know if I think I'd lose my mind. I mean, I'm so used to the darkness, so.
Well, in the wintertime, you'll be loving it then. Then you have the opposite.
Oh, okay. Not a problem then. I know when to go. Well, that sounds like a good time, man. So it's what's the one in Iceland called? The movie?
Keflavik. It's American director Michael Cahill that did the short film Hush. That won all these awards in Cannes and everywhere.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's directing it with True North producing. In the Icelandic company, but they did Star Wars and they do everything that goes over there to shoot. Summer 2017 we're going to shoot, I think. That's what it looks like.
Sounds like a blast, man. I mean, you got a lot of stuff coming out. Looking forward to it all. Jan, I want to thank you for coming on, man. I mean, this has been an honor to me, honestly. People on the Stairs is one of the movies I just love, and I get to talk to the Stairmaster, and the Wierdo from Slumber Party Massacre III. So, I like I said, I just want to thank you for coming on. If people are looking for you, where can they find you on the net?
Twitter, just Yan Birch, YANBIRCH. Instagram, Yan Birch page. Facebook, just Yan Birch, YANBIRCH. You can find my fan page there. They can also, they can go online on my website, yanbirch.com. Yeah.
Okay. And they'll probably find all the links there to all your other stuff. So.
Oh yeah, if you go to the website, there are links to everything, even YouTube channel, all that stuff, different videos.
All right, man. Again, thank you for coming on. For Yan Birch, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very, very appreciative. It was great. Thank you.
I'm very humbled, man, because you came on. So.